Hello, everyone. Hi there. Happy 2024. It's great to see you in this new year. Hey there. What's up, Terry? Good to see you, man. Feel like it's been a while. Hope 2024 is good for you. Let me see here. Got that. Got that. Welcome, everyone, and also welcome out there on Facebook and YouTube. We're streaming out there right now, and we'll get started soon with the session. I'll give a quick intro up front and then we'll get going. Um, and just give me 1 second to pull that together. Terry, what's new, man? How's it going? What have you been up to? Oh, you're muted. You're muted, Terry. Wait, you're muted, Terry. Can you hear me? There you go. Unmute Terry. Can you unmute yourself? I see you're
Hi,
talking.
there we
There you
go.
go.
Yeah,
There you go. Hey, what's up?
it's been a busy year, and the grandsons and granddaughters are keeping me busy. So traveling between the East Coast, West Coast, and piano work and tuning, and yeah, life is good.
Okay, nice. You have family out on the West Coast as well.
Yeah.
Nice. What town?
Well, they're up in Palmdale, which is about 45 miles north of LA. My son works at the Disney studio out there.
Oh,
So
okay.
we got to meet Mickey this time,
Ooh,
and all of his friends.
nice.
Uh, but his two children are out there, and then I've got a son down in Raleigh, and we were down there for the holidays. So I'm just getting back into the saddle here, as they say,
Okay.
and anxious to get your programming for this year.
Yeah. Well, we got this oral tuning masterclass coming up on Thursday with Glenn, which I think you'd probably be
I
interested
know,
in.
Glenn. Yeah,
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 yeah, you probably see him around New York.
yes.
But yeah, we're getting a lot of interest in that. That's on Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll put a link in the chat
Okay,
about that. I was going to mention that in a minute.
okay,
But yeah, and also putting together a an online convention in June. So yeah, I'd love to have you be a part of that. Should be cool. All right.
great.
We should get to the content, but I just want to say hi. I'll take you off the spotlight there. Thanks for saying hi. Um, all right, everyone. Well, we'll do our official intro here. I want to say welcome to Piano Tech Radio Hour. This is brought to you by Piano Technicians Masterclasses. It's an online learning resource bringing you cutting edge instruction from piano industry masters without leaving your home. We gather here every Saturday to meet with and learn from the most fascinating and knowledgeable folks in the piano world. It might be a manufacturer, a rebuilder, maybe a musician, maker of another instrument, all kinds of stuff. But of course, we always see a lot of piano techs here. Our mutual goal is to become better at our craft to help each other and to create an ever more musical world together. You can find out more at pianotechniciansmasterclass.com. You can subscribe to Piano Tech Radio. This program is just 16 bucks a month. You get direct access to sessions like this. You can jump on the Zoom call. No barriers to that. Email gives you a link, and there's over 185 episodes as well in the member area, archival content that you can review. And you can join Piano Tech Radio Hour with the link bit.ly/join PTRH. It's bit.ly/join PTRH. And of course, that masterclass that I mentioned with Glenn is coming up. We'll put a link in the chat for you to join about that. I just was in Newark with Glenn on Thursday, and we were recording some content. It went really well. He's got some really cool techniques and methods to share. And as someone that's worked with some of the finest technicians on the planet through Steinway, it's great to hear his perspective on how to drop that ETD and do oral tuning exclusively. It's very intimidating, I know, to anybody, myself included. I've gone through various stints of just doing orally versus using the ETD. I certainly like using the ETD, but man, does it feel I feel more confident presenting myself as, the better end of technicians when I also know that I can tune a piano completely by ear, and I feel confident that I could do it at the drop of a hat. So Glenn has a really awesome method for getting you to gain confidence at that. We'll dive into that on Thursday. And he also, if you need it, you can dive even deeper and have a week-long intensive with him over there in Newark at this really lovely music and art school that he's partnered with over there in Newark. So anyways, lots of good stuff. Now, I'm going to just go on to this archival content with a pianist named Chano Dominguez. If you've been here for a while, you might remember seeing him a few times. He is a Grammy nominated flamenco jazz pianist. There's more of an intro about him, but just to recap, I met him as a piano tech, just doing my tech work in New York, and we hit it off. We really got along, and he was gracious enough to join us on this particular day. But yeah, what I'll do right now is I'll switch over to that pre-recorded content. We'll dive in, and we'll just send some text along the way in the chat to keep up with you. But let's go check in with it right now. And if there's any problems with the audio video, make sure you let me know in the chat, because you know how it sounds on your end better than I do. All right, here we go. Let's bring up that content from the member area. Make sure to share the sound and optimize for the video. And let's see here. Let's maximize that. Should be able to see that pretty well. And make sure the volume's top. And we'll hit go. And I'll enjoy it. And we'll catch you in the chat.
And I'll say briefly here, although it probably deserves a lengthy time. Unfortunately, my co-host David Anderson, he passed away over this past week. A lot of difficulties going on there. Some sudden changes in his health. And I hope to kind of follow up in the next few weeks, and maybe we can do something special to help remember David. I know that, when my father passed back in November, I was by his bedside, and when at the moment he passed, I walked away from it and I went outside. It was a beautiful day, and I had this feeling that people talk about having. I hadn't really necessarily had it before, that he was with me wherever I go, and that made me feel a lot better. It was almost easier to feel him present with me at that moment, and I feel that way about David as well. I feel like he's integrated in me, and I feel stronger having him be a part of me and be present. And I hope you all feel that way too. He's with us in our hearts, and we all have a lot of really fond memories of him and the advice that he shared and the support that he gave us. So just wanted to say a little bit up front about that. You can reach out to me if you need information, and I'll try to pass it along. Things are moving fast right now, so things are slow to update, but either way, we'll be in touch about this. But today, let's talk about our guest, Chano Dominguez. He is a
Okay, let me try and fix this. I guess I was sharing the wrong screen. Thanks for the input. That does help. All right, let me get back here. Okay, you're in the right spot. All right, let's try this again. Two. I think I didn't share the right screen with you guys. Here we go.
calm. And I'll say briefly here, although it probably deserves a lengthy time. Unfortunately, my co-host David Anderson, he passed away over this past week. A lot of difficulties going on there. Some sudden changes in his health. And I hope to kind of follow up in the next few weeks, and maybe we can do something special to help remember David. I know that, when my father passed back in November, I was by his bedside, and when at the moment he passed, I walked away from it and I went outside. It was a beautiful day, and I had this feeling that people talk about having. I hadn't really necessarily had it before, that he was with me wherever I go, and that made me feel a lot better. It was almost easier to feel him present with me at that moment. And I feel that way about David as well. I feel like he's integrated in me, and I feel stronger having him be a part of me and be present. And I hope you all feel that way too. He's with us in our hearts, and we all have a lot of really fond memories of him and the advice that he shared and the support that he gave us. So just wanted to say a little bit upfront about that. You can reach out to me if you need information, and I'll try to pass it along. Things are moving fast right now, so things are slow to update, but either way, we'll be in touch about this. But today, let's talk about our guest, Chano Dominguez. He is a incredible Spanish piano player, and typically what he does is he integrates flamenco, right? Flamenco and jazz, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and does an incredible job of that. I've tuned his piano when we were neighbors in New York City.
Yeah, I was lucky to have you.
Yeah, and we did a concert online very early in the pandemic, and he was very generous to participate in that. That was more associated with my piano tuning business, Floating Piano Factory, but that was really cool. We did a cross the ocean improvisation, right, between you and
Hadar Neuberg.
And Hadar Neuberg, the excellent jazz flautist. So anyways, he's coming back with us today, and he actually, last time we had him, I think all he had was a digital piano, maybe even less in that spot. So today he's actually at a piano, so we could take advantage of that. And I think what we'll do is we'll just play it by ear. If people have questions for him or me, last time we talked about just sort of the relationship between the piano technician and the piano player. We talked a little bit about, recording and the type of sounds that he likes to get out of the piano. And I'm trying to think if we played some of his recordings of his music, and that was very interesting. So there's a lot of things that we can talk about now, and having him here. And then can I can I go ahead and announce what we just agreed to like 5 minutes ago, or should I wait on that? Yeah. So I'm for the convention coming up in September, I'm going to be integrating much more than just piano technicians. We're going to get piano players involved. We're going to get piano teachers involved. We're going to get the wider industry brands involved, and it's going to be a lot bigger type of event where everybody can sort of integrate and network. And we're going to have Chano back for that, and he's going to do something special, probably in the realm of helping people learn about how he makes such beautiful music. But just before we were joining, and I think the people on Facebook and YouTube caught a little bit of this, but you guys didn't in the Zoom. So we were talking about Chick Corea, right?
Yes.
And
Red Master Chick Corea.
Yeah, share with everyone what you were sharing with me. He contacted you sometime within the past year or so, and
basically, Chick and I get closer like 13 years ago, when we were playing in North Sea Jazz Festival, and we see each other in the lobby of the hotel, and Chick came to me saying, "You are Chano Dominguez," and I said, "I can't believe that you know who I am." So we became really close friends since that moment. And always we were sharing some music, and we was talking, and he told me, "Hey, we have to play someday together." And finally, the last September, Chick called me and said, "Yes, Chano, I want to invite you to my academy online to have a piano conversation." So I say, "Whoa, what a privilege, what an honor that Chick wants to me having this conversation together." So of course I say yes, right now, let's do it right now. And we met in September. We did this really nice conversation. It's about life, and about how we feel the music, and how we approach to the scales or the chords or the rhythm that we love to play on. And for me, it was really interesting moment in my life. No, I didn't expecting to have this kind of conversation with Chick Corea online, and he was really so generous, so kind, and this so humble, and it's incredible how a big master could be a really nice person and make you feel like you are at home with him. It was a really special moment to me.
That's great. Your Facebook page, they might be able to see that or something. Is that correct?
Yes, if you go to my official page on Facebook, you can you scroll a little bit and you're gonna find this conversation. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. I think I found your official Facebook page. So let me share that in the chat here in case people want to go check that out.
That's cool.
Yeah. Chano Dominguez Official. That sounds like the name of your official page.
Yeah. It should be.
Cool. And at the top it says, ¿Quién dijo miedo?
Oh, yes.
¿Quién dijo miedo?
Yeah. It's like a no fear.
Who
says
fear? No fear. Who has fear? Excellent. I didn't know that was like your vibe. That's awesome. Yeah, good. So I agree. Who has fear? What's the deal?
Yeah.
Why be afraid of anything?
Especially in music, music, everything could work. It depends the way that you go for it. For instance, who say that this chord is not a great chord? I don't know even what is that. That I feel it has something. Everything can work. It depends the way that you go over.
Agreed. I have to memorize that one. That's a good one. Anybody here? I'm curious among our audience here. Anybody remember having actually tuned a piano and Chano was playing the concert or something like that? I wonder if there's actually any sort of alignments here. Might not be, but if you have, speak up. And we probably won't be able to have any direct interaction about the very specific tuning that was done because we can't remember those things, but could be interesting.
Did you play Toronto? Did he play Toronto?
Have you played Toronto in Canada, Sebastian? Chano?
No, I have been playing several times in Montreal Jazz Festival, but never in Toronto. But I
Montreal.
Let me know something. Just 2 days ago, I recorded a concert that's gonna be streaming on the Sunset Festival in Canada, and I think this is close to Toronto, right?
Yeah.
So I will be in that festival this year, playing online, because I'm doing a job here in the music university, with the musicians who are ending the career, and I make an ensemble with young musicians, but young musicians who plays really great, and I put together a band, and with this band we're gonna make some concerts this summer, and one of them is this concert that we already make for the Sunset Festival in Canada. So, and I love to play in Montreal. I have played in Montreal I think 4 times with my band and with Wynton Marsalis and the Jazz at Lincoln Center Orchestra, and I remember having really great time playing. It's like a big party in Montreal. This festival is incredible. I love it.
And are you, by the way, I know, of course, you weren't doing any touring or traveling during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Are there things now in the works where you are going to be traveling soon? I forget whether you like traveling or you don't. I know it could be stressful. Do you like traveling to do concerts and things like that?
You know, with the years, I hate traveling. At the beginning, I was yes, glad to have concert and traveling. Today, I'm glad to having concert, but not traveling. I hate traveling. I hate airports. I hate the security points. I hate of this measures security. I hate that. But what can you do? If you want to play, you have to go through.
Well, I will say this. I will say this hesitantly, and maybe if there's enough sort of financial support for it, if you want to bring Chano Dominguez to your location, feel free to reach out to him or me, and we'll try to set it up for him to play a concert. He also does master classes for like university students and things like that. And if it's worth it, he'll probably do it. The other thing is too, we've talked about this. If anybody wants to set up like a virtual masterclass for your university or something like that, again, probably have to be some funding for it, but just enough to make it worth it for Chano. Feel free to reach out to me, and we'll try to set something up. It could be cool. That's a lot easier than going through the airports and security. And the audio for something like that would be better than what we will have today. Today, we're just kind of using Zoom and things like that. But of course, I know how to set it up correctly as necessary. So tell us about your piano there, Sebastian. I mean, I keep saying Sebastian because that's your name on your Zoom. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change your name because that's confusing me.
Sebastian, anybody call me Sebastian. Just my teacher when I was in high school.
I changed your name so that it doesn't mess with my head. Yeah, what kind of piano do you have?
Well, I have an European piano. It's a Grotrian Steinway, and I'm more or less happy with him. Is this
the same one that you had in New York? Did you have it shipped there, or is this a second one?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's the same that you're tuning in New York. So
okay.
you know the piano.
Yeah.
Here I have a very good piano technician. He's coming from Steinway, and he's the guy is Joaquin Salamanca, his name. And this guy is really amazing guy who tried the piano with really super good. And cool. I think the piano is in good shape. I love the harmonic wood. I don't know how to say in English. That harmonic.
Say the first word. What kind of harmonica? The capa?
La tapa.
Soundboard.
Thank you. Oh, my terrible English.
Aquí un amigo chileno para ayudarle en español.
Oh, perfecto. Muy bien. Muchísimas gracias. But the soundboard, I love the soundboard of this piano because when you play louder and louder. Piano is responding. It's like a more sound and more sound. It's a great piano. I think it's a great piano. It's a 2.8 meter. So it's not the biggest one. It's like a Steinway B or something like that. But
2.8 meters in feet. I know it's at least 6 feet or longer, right? Well, it's actually that's 5. Oh, you said 2.8 meters?
Yeah.
2.8 meters. Well, that says 9.1 feet in my calculation. So that wouldn't be a small.
No. I'm wrong. It's 2.08.
2.08.
08.
Okay,
Sorry.
so it's like 6 foot.
Exactly.
Well, it's almost 7 foot though. It's over 6.5 feet long.
Exactly.
Cool.
No, it's more than enough. I just did 3 recordings with this piano. I make a new CD with my trio, with my Spanish trio, and I made it with that piano. Then I produced another record with a young Spanish musician and was a quartet, and I used the same piano. And the last one, I just recording with a mandolin player from Brazil called Hamilton de Holanda. I don't know if you know him, but he is a really, really virtuous player, mandolin player. He's incredible composer. He's like a really, really great musician from Brazil. And we made a beautiful record in trio with Ruben Dantas on percussion. Ruben Dantas is a percussionist of Paco de Lucia Sextet for more than 30 years. And he put the cajon into the flamenco music, was the first guy who brought the cajon to the flamenco music with Paco de Lucia. So it's like a legend alive here in Spain, Ruben Dantas. So we made a beautiful record together, and with some guests like Silvia Perez Cruz, which is a singer from Catalonia, really, really nice singer. And I have to say, we have the guest, the bass player of and the leader of the Snarky Puppy on bass on 3 tunes. Was
the leader of what? I didn't catch the name.
Snarky Puppy.
Snarky Puppy. Yeah. They've become quite popular over the past several years.
Because Michael is living close to me here in Barcelona.
Oh, okay.
So and he's very good friend of Hamilton de Holanda. So we met and we decided to make something together. And he was playing bass in 3 tunes in that record. So I made 3 records this year with this piano, and I'm very, very happy with the sound and everything. Yes.
Cool. So you have so right now you've told me you're zooming in from Barcelona, Spain, right?
Yes.
And this is your home in the area. It's a little bit in the countryside. You said north of Barcelona, right?
Yes, I am exactly between Barcelona and Girona, in a natural park. It's a beautiful place, really quiet, where I have my studio in the basement. But it's not a basement because, as you can see, there is a natural light.
Right.
Around. Yeah.
So tell us about the studio there. Is that something that was you custom built? Was it there when you moved there? Like, what's going on with the studio? It looks pretty cool.
I have to tell you the history of the house, because I bought this house 20 years ago. And then after living here for 7 years, I decided to build the studio recording. And I made it. I made a beautiful studio recording. And I have all the things, and then I decided to move it to the United States, and then I selling all the device, all the gear. I sell everything, and I move it to the States. But the house stay here, and all the facilities stay here. So when I decide to come back to my house, now I am enjoying again my house with my studio recording and my new piano, my new gears. I'm making records. I'm teaching in Barcelona in the university. I am having my life again in Spain because of the pandemic.
Right.
I was very happy in New York, living in New York.
Yeah,
it was.
Fun.
I miss the energy of New York. I miss the energy, the musical energy that I felt in New York. This is the point that I miss New York.
Agreed.
But I am happy here in my house, because I reconnect with a lot of people in Spain and in Europe. So I am doing well. I don't claim.
So with that studio, I was just curious. Well, and by the way, let me just say this to the folks that are participating and watching. If you have something interesting you want to cover, like we could ask Chano things about music. If you have a question about jazz or chords or improvisation, things like that, we could move the discussion toward again, communication with piano technicians, his experience with piano technicians and things like that. So go ahead and feel free and add comments or questions if you want to direct the conversation in a different way. I was just curious, and maybe you don't even remember, you said it was like, a while ago when you got that recording studio built. What was that like? I mean, did you have an expert in building recording studios?